Hello, everyone. My name is Dylan Sprouse. Thank you guys for joining us. This is the final game on the stream of Annihilation.
Stream of Annihilation.
Stream of Annihilation.
We made it.
I'm so glad you did because I actually rewrote the entire song as a Dragons
A
thing.
parting gift.
We've been talking about it all day.
We're gonna auction this off.
There have only been so many people who have actually been annihilated, but maybe in this campaign we'll add a few more. So, without further ado and jumping right in, I think we'll go around the table and just say your name and your character, and it's like a college icebreaker all over again. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, I'll go first. I'm Joe Manganiello, and tonight I am playing Half-Mat Arson. He is a dragon blood sorcerer who never knew his parents, but somehow he has this draconic blood, and he was used by gangsters when they realized he had the ability to light things on fire. He was used to do collections and burn down buildings of people who didn't pay them. And he knows his father was a great warrior, and he showed up in Chult because he heard that's where his parents met. He's trying to find out who he is.
My name's Matthew Lillard. I just pulled this guy out of a pile.
Is his name Pyle?
I am, his name is Pyle.
That's so convenient.
The old Pyle. And that is my brother down there.
Oh.
And then I am a bard. I'm going to play a bard. I've never played a bard. So I'm excited to play the new 5e.
I have an inkling that you're going to be good at this.
I'm going to be singing a lot of dirges.
Good. Okay.
All right.
Just started drinking, too.
Yeah, good.
I'm Anna Prosser Robinson. I'm going to be playing a cleric named Lapis. She's best described as kind of a mix between Professor Trelawney from Harry Potter and every Coachella-attending, crystal-obsessed moonchild downtown LA girl who is blessed with the ability to see auras and energy. And she's just here in Chult because she wants to help bring forth the change of the gods by just helping people see their true selves.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Awesome.
I am Satine Phoenix, and I am playing a tiefling wizard named At Ont Ari. And I am here because I am studying, or I'm trying to create a school of wizardry, and there's something to do with studying the structure of humans and humanoid creatures for their weaknesses and strengths.
You really wanted to choose a name that was impossible for me to say, didn't you?
Ont Ari.
Okay.
Auntie.
That's how you get a nickname.
Oh, hell no.
I'm Liam O'Brien. I'm playing a halfling warlock of the Fae named Oram Tarantel. I've been traveling on my own in the jungle because I'm a bit of an asshole and nobody wants me around. And I ran into these assholes. I also have a small russet-colored pseudo-dragon named Mud. He's cool. That's it.
That's it. I'm Abraham Benrubi, and I am playing Solomon Freewalk, twin brother to that one
Oh,
over
Syrian
there.
the Loose. That's right. That's my name, the Loose.
Bard, and I'm
Call me the Loose.
what you might call a second story man.
Oh.
Hey, brother.
I like it.
Fancy. I'm Taliesin Jaffe, and I'm playing a half-orc paladin named Vuk.
Wait, what?
He's a half-orc paladin named Vuk, exiled priest of the cult of the indifferent eye. I have a mastiff named Hayu, and a bear named Bear. I am currently traveling because I was exiled from my cult for inappropriate behavior with the chief's daughter. He said, you either die or you leave, and I flipped a coin. And we do not consider it to be respectful to the gods to plan too far ahead. So here I am. I make though.
Well, you guys seem like a very mixed bag. So, how do we wrap you all up together? This is how. So let's start. So we are actually, this campaign is taking place in the Cholt jungles. And you guys are a mixed bag of characters who have been loosely charged for low pay to protect the surrounding area of this jungle as the increasing undead threat has been unearthed more and more. So you guys have known each other for a little while. Doesn't mean you like each other, doesn't mean you hate each other, but you are work partners. And this campground that you guys are stationed in for this night is one of your stop-off points where you guys refuel and sleep within the jungles of Cholt. Now, you guys are all currently awake as the sun has just set and the bonfire has just been lit when a noise comes from behind you. And you turn around, and standing just outside of the light range for the bonfire is a small humanoid crow wrapped in tribal gear with a painted beak, and it's gesturing towards you. It's cawing, it's making jingling noises, sounds like change.
Is this normal?
Is it normal for this? Make a history check.
13 plus 2, 15.
15. So you have never experienced one in person, but you know this to be a kenku, which is one of the tribal denizens inside of the jungles of Cholt.
I take out my notebook and I start writing notes about the jingling and the flailing and the motioning.
Might not be the best time for notes. These are cunning creatures. Brother, follow it.
I will. I will indeed.
So,
Brother, I sound like the Russian. I have to get my voice back. Cup of tea? That's me, sort of. All right, brother, yes. I want to see the kenku. I'll approach it, this bird man, crow man. Yes.
Okay, so the kenku sees you approaching and gets even more animated. It seems to be very excited that you are listening to it. It can't actually speak from what you have gathered. It's just making noises to indicate what it potentially wants from you.
What is this thing? What is this like? Is it like
Everyone, I'm really sensing that creature wants us to go to it right now. I just feel it.
So,
Aye, brother.
so the kenku actually is making gestures like coins dropping in the hand. It's going shing, shing, and holding up a shield and having a sword and mocking it, but it can't quite communicate exactly what it wants. All that you seem to know is that it's asking you and looking over its shoulder nervously.
What could possibly go wrong? Should we follow it as a group?
Aye.
Separation
Yes.
is
I'm not.
bad.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, absolutely.
Aye.
So it actually takes a pouch off of its waistband and throws it to you since you were closest to it, and if you'd like to look inside, Shaman.
What pouch?
So the kenku actually,
We all
with
saw
that,
it. Hold on a second.
I'd like to
We
cast
all saw
Mage
it.
Hand on my friend over here.
Don't be an embarrassment.
I just wanted you to know what I'm about.
know
Yes, this.
what
I
you're
was just. I wanted to warm the coins before I counted them.
Just show us what's in the pouch.
How many in there, sir?
I cast prestidigitation and light up the bag in his shirt.
I'm dumping them in my hand.
so you've actually, you
your
can
second
see
floor,
that
that
there
was
are
very ground
30
floor.
gold coins in there.
I cast Mage Hand, and I pull 1/6 of those gold coins over towards me.
Yes.
Yes, I distribute the gold.
Okay.
easily.
See
what you've
5
done now,
gold
brother.
apiece, 6
I
gold
don't
apiece.
need any, I have plenty.
So the kenku actually
okay.
looks
Takes
at you
hers,
guys
it's fine.
and says, cha-ching, cha-ching, and indicates that there is even more potentially to come.
Let's
if you get.
go.
So he runs
creature.
off,
We're
and he looks
following him.
very nervous, and so he just
too.
peels off in the direction.
We'll chase.
As we run, I want to, everybody, what do you think we're going to fight?
It does not matter. We fight, we kill, we take our money. It's of no consequence what
I'm
we
running
kill.
with you.
What we truly fight is the doubt within ourselves.
I cast silence on her immediately.
And my mouth is still moving. I'm just like,
I feel like this is true.
So you guys follow this
Bear
Kenku.
with us?
I'm riding my bear. This is why I'm not doing the mime. I'm doing the bear mime.
Is he moving slow enough for us to keep up, or is he trying to lose us?
He's definitely allowing you to keep up, but he has to stop. He's a pretty fast little guy, so he is trying to urge you guys fast into this encounter. So you guys actually run with him for about 2 minutes until in the distance you see a slight shimmering orb and what looks to be silhouettes of other Kenku.
Aye, this is where it gets tricky.
I'm always inclined to dive right in. Let's go.
So would you like to run past the Kenku currently?
Yes.
Okay. So you run past the Kenku, and the other Kenkus turn to you, and now you can see that amidst this dark grove, the Kenku that seem to be illuminated are seemingly guarding a carriage. And there's an older white-feathered Kenku sitting on the carriage, surrounded by a glowing orb of magic. And they see you, and they kind of look nervous for a second, but upon recognizing that you are with another Kenku, they wipe their feathered brows and ease up.
Me too.
do we have any sense of what this magic is? Should we roll some?
Roll
an
Arcana.
I don't have really great Arcana, but.
Is this out in the open at all, or is it a lot of tree cover here?
So how'd you do on Arcana? Okay, so you did pretty well. It is out in the open for the Chilton jungle, which is not really out in the open. This seems to be what looks like a giant game trail. And the trees are very tall around you, but the path seems pretty well worn. And with your Arcana sense, you're not very attuned to kind of magical protection, but you can sense that this seems to be guarding the person who is casting it, which seems to be the old shaman on the back.
I'll cast tongues.
Okay.
And I'll approach in a way that sort of defers the power to them. So almost like bending over. And I'll say to them, God ye good den, good masters. What be you doing here today? And I'll say it in Cancun.
Okay.
Cancun, by the way, is a lovely town to visit.
So you actually notice that the shaman from atop the crate looks down and is a little confused.
What do you mean you no harm?
He acknowledges that you mean him no harm, and he gestures some pinions over to one of his carriage carriers, who kind of looks at you and says, wings for wings, wings for wings. Follow, follow.
Where are we going, good man?
To the shrine we are going.
How far is the I don't know. Brother, how far is the shrine?
Shrine, 17 wing pace away.
And why are we going to the shrine?
Protection, you protect.
Aye. What is in it for us? That's the question I think we should put on the table right now.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
How much cha-ching, cha-ching?
Lots.
Aye. They're saying there's nothing here for us. That if we're looking to do a good deed, that we should follow this one. Brother,
If there's one thing, please.
I'm literally interrupting you. Go on.
No, but I'll say to him, what are we against? When you say you want us to fight something, is that what you're looking for?
And the shaman looks down at you and looks down at some of the other carriers and just shakes his beak. The one who notices in front seems to understand that this is getting tense and says, protect us, protect him. Lots of gold, lots of gold. Time sensitive. And he actually looks back at the shaman. The shaman looks back and throws you what's seemingly just another bag of gold and a small dagger, ornamental.
Okay, so I'll go back to them and I'll gather us around and say, obviously he wants us to go and protect him.
Protect him from what,
He's
brother?
saying, I don't know, he won't tell me, but he's saying that there's lots of gold in it, and I'm assuming by this dagger that there may be magic.
Can I look at the dagger? Do I recognize anything with the dagger?
Do a history check.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say Arcana. All right then.
Let it roll, brother.
That's a 6.
In total?
Yeah.
So you can tell by the dagger, it's got no magical qualities. This dagger seems to be an ornamental dagger. The blade is stone and the handle is jade. It seems to be very, very old and it's covered in a green slime.
Aye, so maybe, if we're all in, we go vanquish some bad guys and come back and get a bunch of loot.
And all of a sudden, the shaman looks around and goes, "Ah!" and gestures for the rest of the carriers to get moving. And so they actually pick up the carriage, and the Kenku who is behind you starts to trot slowly with them.
I remember my father telling me stories about these bird creatures in Chult. So they must have said something about him fighting birds in the jungle. So
Maybe
we
he's
should go
going
check
to
this
see
out.
your father. Wouldn't that be a funny coincidence?
That would be great.
It is said when the gods give you a path of mild inconvenience, you are to follow it. Otherwise, it's just lazy. And it does not seem to be too difficult to say, no, let's take a nap in sandwich. I'm irritated by this, we should do it.
I'm with the orc.
Perhaps if anyone, so I'll say as we go along, as we're traveling through, we're all
You guys
saying
do
yes.
say yes.
What the shit else are we gonna do tonight? Come on.
Can't imagine why you don't have any friends, boyo.
I'm your friend.
God. As we're traveling, I'll say to the Kenku, this little one on the back, can you give us any kind of idea what we're going in for? Come on, man.
Big wing. Big wing.
Big wing, big bird. Is it a big bird? Maybe
So
a dragon.
do a history check real quick.
I'd love to give you one of those. Oh! That's a crit, ladies and gentlemen. That's a crit.
Good start. Good start.
You know enough about Kenku to know that their knowledge and their ability to speak to you coherently extends so far as experiences they have had.
Okay.
So they
Oh,
can
that's
convey
right, dreams.
things
That's
to
right, I
you
remember this, yes.
that they have experienced, or they can mimic sounds they've heard to
Yes,
best
I remember.
form a sentence around that. You also know about Kenku that they are obsessed with flight. It is virtually religion to them. They are very zealous about it. They really want to get their wings back. And so they are currently on this path that seems to indicate that.
Okay, good to know. All right, good. So we travel forward, right?
Yeah.
So the actual cart picks up and starts to walk down the trail. And make a perception check.
Yay.
Yes, it's about time.
Terrible.
I roll in your box.
Pretty damn good.
Pretty good.
I didn't see nothing.
I got 19.
20.
19, 20.
I got a 19. I rolled a 19. Sorry, 20.
Okay,
Nope,
so
18.
We get there. It all
So
cleans up and washes
you guys actually notice that the shaman who is sitting atop this large crate in this carriage actually is channeling the magical sphere. And it seems like the sphere is controlled by some wards that are located on the carriage. There's about 5 in total, and they pulse with energy a little bit. Besides that, who rolled the 20 again? Okay, so Volk, you actually notice for a split second out of the corner of your eye, something move in the treetops to your left. It seemed small and insignificant, but nonetheless, you caught it.
I think perhaps we are being followed.
I just started taking something for that. If you feel like you're being followed all the time, I have the perfect thing. I pull out like some powders and like some crystals and I start to show them to you. I know, it's like a really common thing, but it's totally fixable. I'll give them to you.
I eat whatever this is.
Including the crystal?
Yes.
I
Okay.
feel like we're getting distracted. You said what? You said there's something above us.
Something in trees, perhaps. Maybe not. Could be nothing.
I would like to fly up to go and see what it is.
Okay. You freak out. Start and treat you like a rock god.
Very distracting, Pix.
So you fly up to the trees that Volk has indicated. And when you get up there, make a perception check.
Oh, goodness. 1.
Oh, so you're tired. And you get up there. Never mind. And your eyes don't work, so you don't see anything.
Guys, somebody say something.
Something.
Okay, can you just, I can't see it. The sun and my eyes, can you just please hold my hand real quick?
Someone else
please.
do it.
I take her hand.
Lower.
Girl, I've got you. No, don't even worry. Girl, don't even worry, girl. I've got you.
So you come back down from the trees after having seen nothing. And the cart is continuing to move. The shaman atop the back and the other Kenku have noticed this interaction, and while not being able to understand you two particularly, they're a little more on edge.
I'm going to try and train my mastiff to keep an eye up there.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Hale. I love Hale. He's my favorite. I try to pet him and give him kisses.
His name is Hale. Hale.
That's what I said.
Hale.
Hale.
Hey you.
Hale.
Hey you.
Hale.
In the safe room.
Also, as we move forward, I have Eldritch Sight, so if there's anything that's magical, it's going to light up for
Okay.
my eyes.
So
Nice.
immediately you see very brightly the same wards that you guys noticed on the carriage before. And you see what seem to be like fireflies in the upper parts of the trees. Nothing that you can glean outside of that. But the wards that you see are in going clockwise. The one farthest away from you seems to be the brightest and the strongest. And the one closest to you almost seems to weaken with every passing second. So the cart continues forward, and about a minute into walking, one of the wards just suddenly explodes.
I cast.
What?
I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability. I'm gonna go Cat's Grace.
Okay, so you are casting that on yourself?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So one of the wards explodes, and you see the magical barrier start to weaken, and the shaman on the back looks at his carriage carriers and says, go, go, go! And actually looks at one to the side and beckons him close, whispers in his ear, and in an odd interaction, you see a wave of emotion wash over one of the Kenku, and he's mimicking weeping or crying. No tears are coming from his eyes, but the rest of the Kenku raise their arms and pretend they're flapping towards him, and he runs off.
What? Oh, I don't see this.
Runs off.
Yeah, who sees
I'll
it?
say, because I have tongue still going, where is he going?
Wings for wings, wings for wings.
We have to work on full sentences. This is like any kind of detail other than wings. Like
He is
that.
getting his wings back.
He's going to fly.
Fly. Yes. And they put their heads down, and they seem pretty somber. They continue on their way. And suddenly your dog barks.
What, is there something up there, boy?
He's pointing to the right trees now. And it's in a similar height above you.
I send Mud up into the treetops, and I can see through his eyes.
Okay, so does that mean that your arcane eyes transfer to him?
It's, yeah, the pact I have with him.
Tight. Okay, so he flies up
I'm
into
going to
the...
cast Fly as well on myself and fly up with the dragon.
Okay.
And you should still be able to fly.
I can't see.
No, you can see.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you were just-
I'm still flying.
Yeah. So
Natural one is worn off.
Migraine is this.
So you guys fly up to the tops of the trees, and you see a couple of little tiny beings with lanky arms, and they're just looking at you, and they seem pretty docile. You see this through the eyes of your dragon, and you're up there, and you go up as well. So you guys are looking at them, and they wave and they giggle.
What do they look like?
They're about this tall, and they have dark black fur,
They're
potentially.
too small to trust.
This isn't good.
Have we
I'm
seen
not
them
there.
before?
Make an Arcana check.
I have no idea what's happening.
There's some little furry assholes up in the tree.
Yes, what do you see? Keep asking.
12. So you have heard talk of forest spirits, but you don't know for sure whether or not these are the same spirits.
What's up there?
What the loud one said.
There are these little creatures, maybe something like a spirit, or I don't know. They're furry and
Like spirits, like you can like see through them and stuff?
When in doubt, attack. What are you doing? Don't wait.
What do you
They
think?
spit. I apologize.
It's fine.
just met each
It's
other.
the usual.
So these little creatures actually hear you say that.
Aye.
They look down, and then they actually just walk into the trees.
oh,
They seem to just phase through the trunk of the
That
trees,
opportunity
furry
is
spirits,
and they walk away.
furry tree spirits.
I just turn around and fly over the wagon train, or this wagon.
Okay, which is
Like above
continuing
it.
to move.
Yeah, I kind of swoop down away from it, like, great, I saw that, and I come back and tell everybody what we saw up there.
I'm like, what do you think it is about you that makes you want to push people away?
It's my brother.
Do you think-
I don't. Have you seen how fast he'll
I like-
steal thing from you?
I pull them both. I'm just like, guys, we really need to work on this. Like, let's think about opening our hearts to opportunities.
He will pick your pockets if you touch him for too long.
I do. I sleight of hand on the hippie girl.
I'm like slapping him.
Oh, you have no idea what's been
Okay,
stolen.
so
I'm like, what do you mean?
I take your wallet and your heart.
so what do you
all of
want
my
to
gold?
steal?
Her wallet and her heart.
Perception check.
Make a perception check.
I know please give me advantage. There's 13.
Okay, so you can have advantage on this, yes,
Okay,
because he is your brother and you know him so well.
Stop it.
This is
I catch him mid-arm and stop him. I'm like, she doesn't need you picking her pockets, boyo.
She had a bit of lint.
It doesn't matter. Keep your hands to yourself.
Oh my gosh, you're so sweet.
okay, and you guys
I give him a
each
kiss.
for being twins, which has a soft spot for me, and knowing each other so well, you each get one inspiration. dice.
I
So,
had one from.
As you guys continue on, another ward explodes. And this is the second now out of 5. And almost in coincidental timing, behind you, you hear a loud caw. All of a sudden, it sounds like a bird has just been destroyed. And all of the rest of the carriage perks up, panics, and starts booking it down the game trail.
We run, yeah.
Wait, stop, don't go.
Oh, come on, we have to go with them.
Yes, let's
I
go.
start
I
running.
fly. I fly.
Okay, so they're
off.
booking it past you guys, and you guys make dash rolls. So roll to see how much you add on top.
I
Of
have
that.
cat's
I
grace.
have, my flying speed is 60 feet. during duration.
I do not
You're
do
flying
well.
fast.
Yeah,
Okay.
flying. Do I have to roll for
double
flying?
No, you don't have to roll for
good.
flying. Okay, so you are in front of the cart now. The rest of you are flying above it, or
very
the rest of you who are flying above it, and you guys are running alongside of it. The cart is, it's really booking it down there. You guys actually managed to hit the top of a hill, which is now going down a slope. So the Kenku jump onto the cart and beckon whoever wants to come on to ride the cart down to the bottom of the hill.
I jump on.
I'd like to fly above it.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll ride alongside.
I will slowly take my time.
Not
Okay.
only will I jump on, but I'll jump on in a heroic fashion, climb up on top, and scramble my way to the front like Errol Flynn.
Okay, can you guys tell me your passive perceptions?
Oh, boy.
This is
10.
bad. I'm not on it, remember.
Okay. 10, 14, 5,
12.
9.
It's just 10 naturally, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Plus.
Would anyone like some Dungeons and Dragons
17.
brand chocolate?
Dungeons and Dragons, it's the best brand around.
Delicious.
I'm not sure if
Send
I've
it
eaten
down.
more chocolate or rolled more
Really?
dice this week.
It's really, I feel like
Stream of Annihilation brand chocolate.
It's really good.
I'm gonna take my
annihilate
time
you.
with the bard. I'm not rushing in.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
13 is my pass.
Mine's 17.
Fine, good God.
Okay. So you, Volk, you actually notice what seems to be another thing out of the corner of your eye, which almost seems to look like a tree is shimmering back and forth and then stops. Your bear is booking it, and your dog is running beside you too. You guys are strolling in the back, and all of a sudden you smell cherries.
That's not good.
Yeah, what seems to be cherries.
Someone's baking a pie.
Why don't you threaten them in common? That seemed to work last time.
So you guys are running on your way, and as you guys are continuing on, 2 more wards burst, and the shaman sitting on back of the cart, who is now riding down the slope, seems to kind of get visibly shaken, and in his distraction, he actually does save and manages to keep the last ward going, which the orb, as you can see with your arcane eyes, is just barely hanging on, and this kind of miasma which is coming from it is starting to fade. You feel like now your eyes are seeing more magical presences, as if the ward in its dying down has somehow brought about more magic.
I think I'm having one of those episodes again. I start cleansing myself with crystals.
I don't know if it's working.
I smell toast.
So who isn't back right now?
Liam and I.
Okay, so both of you guys, I want you to make a perception check again.
Come on, man.
16 plus perception, which is, this is not my character. Is 17.
17 as well.
17. So suddenly,
19.
as this cart is,
I just figured it out, 19.
so even better. So as the cart is careening downhill without you guys, both of you stop, and you hear what sounds like a very low, rumbling laughter.
Shit.
And from out of the right side of the forest, a huge claw scrapes a line across the game trail.
In front of the path?
Behind you guys.
So, I'm sorry, I just want to be clear. So a hand comes out, scrapes it behind us, the cart's in front of us, it's behind us.
Behind us.
I'll scream out, "Being warned, behind us, giant hand! Warning!
I turn around.
Jump off the big..."
What the heck's going
You
on?
turn around. So one of the Kenku actually on the side, hanging onto the side of the cart, also jumps off and runs back towards you guys in the back. The rest of the carriage and whoever is on it, you're careening down this hill pretty fast. And as who is still on the cart?
Me.
Well,
You are on the cart still. Are you not getting off, or are you staying off?
I'll reach out to her. Lass, your crystals won't save you now.
I think you're a total creeper because you pickpocketed me, so I'm like, ew, and I jump off by myself.
Okay, so the cart careens forward, and you can see that they are trying to get away from whatever the hell this is. As they are landing at the bottom of the hill, the final ward shatters, and with it comes an enormous roar from the forest itself. It ends laughing. So behind you guys. So you guys come to the back, and you are lined up, and what do you do?
I think I figured out what the orb did.
Yes.
I have sneaking suspicion.
To arms!
Was it, man?
To arms!
Getting too close to us. As feel it's probably true.
I cast mage armor on myself.
Okay, casting mage armor.
Somebody's paying attention.
So you guys stand there at arms, ready to rumble, and nothing happens. The line is still there on the game trail, but nothing is happening around you. And make a perception check.
Do I see
disbelieve.
anything magical
Ooh,
over that
20.
line?
I mean, I rolled a
You don't
20.
see anything
Okay.
magical, except for the same firefly effect that's up in the...
We have a crit amongst us.
Yeah, I critted.
Crit!
I see everything.
So the crystals have empowered your sight, and actually you see nothing in front of you but you can see down to the finest detail. Centipedes, snails crawling over leaves. But you hear very vividly behind you a loud rumbling through the forest. And it seems like whatever it was that dragged its claw through the sand is now behind you guys moving towards the cart.
No means to alarm everyone. Something big this way comes. And I point that way, and I say, also to arms.
So
I see nothing still.
nothing still.
Over here.
Yeah.
I'll draw my rapier and whip and go and straddle the claw mark in the path.
Okay. So the claw mark remains in the path. You guys straddle it. It seems like it's just
I
there.
knew where you were going with that.
Just a heroic stance.
I stand, I scream out, stop the cart, it's behind us. And then I'll cast invisibility on myself.
Okay, so you are now invisible. The Kenkus have seemed to hear you, but they don't want to listen to you. They take orders from the shaman, and the shaman is...
Stop the cart!
The shaman actually can hear you and tells you to help, because whatever it seems like is chasing you is moving towards the cart.
So we should take up
help the
stances
cart.
around the cart.
So also, as I get some of that, I'll scream out, protect the cart! Boyles, protect the cart!
So actually, as you guys are looking down the hill, which is where the carriage is now, they pick up the carriage back again, they get off of it, and they start running it right into the forest to the right. This is beckoned in by an illumination to your eyes of what seems to be torches on a path that are starting to glow.
We need to make sure it gets to where it's supposed to go. I think that's what we're charged with.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes.
So
I just stay with the cart in kind of a warding stance as I'm like backing up with it toward where I heard this thing coming.
There's a path of torches. Can I rise above the trees and see where that path of torches would lead? Is it like a clearing? Is it...
you can. So you actually rise above the tree line, and you can see in the distance, not too far off, there seems to be a large stone obelisk. And it's ending where the torches end. And upon closer perception, you can see that they are torches in that they are illuminating the surroundings, but they also have these weird bits and bobs hanging off of them. They're certainly magical. You can't glean how, but they are all the way along the trail and even around the obelisk.
Okay, so now I'm up high enough. I see this opening, this obelisk, the torches. I look back. Do I see something rumbling through the jungle? Is there anything that I can see or tell from my
Make a
vantage
perception
point?
check.
Okay, here we go. That's not great. That's a 7. 7.
So it's midnight now, and you're looking down and you can't see anything out of the ordinary. The wind is blowing through the trees in a similar pattern in every single grove around you. You can hear jungle noises, I don't know, kookaburras and the like. And so there's nothing to your immediate perception. The cart is actually now traveling down the trail, and from about 40 yards to your right, you can see one of the wards light up very briefly and then go dim.
That's interesting.
So can I ask you a question? So how far is the cart now from here to the obelisk? From where it is to the obelisk, how far is that about? Quarter mile, half mile?
So have you gone down the hill yet?
That's a good question. No, I don't think I have. I think I'm invisible, hiding near the light.
Is the cart racing away from us, or is it slowed its pace through that path?
They are going as fast as possible on their Kenku legs.
So they're speeding away from us.
They're not super fast. It still is a carriage with cargo on the back of it. Now there's about 4 Kenku carrying the carriage. Say that 10 times fast. And they are going down the trail at probably 5 miles per hour.
Okay.
It's a lot to eat.
We all grouped up except for you in the air.
Flying.
Both of you are up
I'm in
there.
the air.
I
In my
actually,
Superman pose.
I actually want to go to the cart and fly with as it's moving.
Okay.
And actually inspect the wards a bit and try to understand what exactly they do and how much longer they're going to last.
Okay, so you fly over to the cart, and you can look at them and make an Arcana check.
I'm going to start walking down that way, too.
That would be a 9.
Downhill.
Okay.
I was going to
Oh, wait a
run an
minute.
Arcana
Oh, wait, I
check
can't.
on the. Go ahead. Jen.
Where's two?
I have lucky. Can I?
Yeah, do it. Pull it.
That would be a 19.
Okay, much better. So you can actually see that all of the wards that are lining the trail now have the same bits and bobs hanging off of them. There seems to be claws, a vial, looks like a poison on it, and they are glowing in the direction of something. So as you are traveling down the trail with them, some of them are getting brighter, and normally the ones that are getting brighter are connected to each other or near each other as the others dim.
I explain this to whoever's around,
Okay.
like that.
So you guys are much more aware of your surroundings now. And I would like all of you to now make a dexterity check.
Ooh, I get advantage on Dex. With Cat's Grace, you have advantage
halfling.
too.
I'm a halfling. I rolled a 1, but I'm a halfling.
Lightfoot halfling.
There we go. Much better.
Much better.
17.
You have advantage.
Terrible. I do. Thank you.
15
I'll
for me.
take the advantage
15.
roll as well. That's +7. What? I'm sorry. Dex or acrobatics? Yes.
You're doing dex save.
Okay.
Yeah, just dex.
So that's going to be a 17, sir.
17.
14.
14.
Also
Are we
14.
all rolling no matter where we are?
16.
Yes.
I failed as miserably. I'm a 7, and that's with
7.
advantage.
And you're in the very back, right? Okay. So
But I'm invisible.
you are invisible.
Just want you to
That's
know
true.
if I fall down, nobody will see it.
That's true. But I don't think that a poisonous gas cares if you're invisible or not. So actually,
I smelled that poisonous gas just a second ago.
yeah, there's something, a green vapor somewhere around here. So you rolled a 7. You actually,
Seattle.
take 24 damage.
I'm pretty sure I've had a great time with everyone here tonight. It's been super fun. I'm alive, no big deal. Not a
Okay,
big
so
deal.
you take 24 damage. Who rolled the 14 again?
I rolled 14.
You're hurting a little bit. So you take 24 as well.
24 damage.
And you are actually poisoned, the two of you. The rest of you who rolled above are actually able to see it coming. You being higher than the treetops, you are pretty much scot-free, but you have now seen the direction where this came from, and it is to the left of the cart now. You can also notice that all of the wards on that side are very brightly illuminated and seem to be charging something. So all of these wards are going. You guys are poisoned now, and one Kenku who's carrying the carriage just dies on the spot.
Oh, man.
He falls flat, and the carriage just keeps running along.
This is the circle of
poisoned.
life.
Disease has no effect on this, does it?
No, it does.
Oh, no, I'm immune to disease.
Okay. So you are actually you are not poisoned, but you have
But I
taken
took
damage
the
by
damage,
it.
okay.
So
So they can all see me in the air, right? All right, I whistle. And I start moving into like where this thing would have breathed that from. So I start, let's say like the cart's riding this way. I'm kind of moving into position to like where I would say cut it off. And I whistle to them to kind of follow where I'm headed.
okay, so you whistle, and
I'm a spotter.
you are immediately met by a huge green dragon head comes out of the top of the
Hoping
tree
you weren't
line
gonna say that.
and looks right at you. It is face to face with you now.
Wow.
And it's saying, hello.
What do you want with these birdmen?
I want you dead.
Fireball.
Okay, so you roll initiative.
Okay, here we go.
Get him.
That's gonna be an 18.
Dragon.
Yeah, for any-
18.
Initiative for everybody, or just the
Poisoned,
dragon?
by the way.
Actually, just the dragon in him right now.
As this is happening, I'm just going to start a charge I'm going to use lay on hands. I'm just going to slap them both and cure their poison as I'm running back. Get up. Get up.
Like a very hard lay on hands.
You're invisible. I can't hit you.
This is tiefling for thank
Yeah.
you.
Fair enough.
This is dragon on dragon crime right now.
That's yeah. You're cured plus 5 points of healing.
Okay, so you actually, he was maybe expecting to have more civil conversation, but you got dragon blood in you. And he likes him feisty. So you actually get a jump on him, and you can fire this fireball at him.
Okay, then I would like for you to make is it a dex save for fireball?
Yeah.
Yes, dex save.
Okay.
What color dragon are you, Joe?
Red.
Red.
Wicked.
Okay, so what is your...
My DC?
Yes.
My DC is 15.
Okay. So the dragon is looking at you, and you charge this fireball, and for a second, he opens his eyes, and he goes, "Oh no!" And you slam this fireball into his face, and he just laughs right at you. No damage was taken at him at all. And he just, and his head sinks below the tree line again, and seemingly scurries off.
I'm like,
Not
no,
even
no.
half damage?
We all saw that?
Illusion?
Oh, he leaves, you said?
Yeah,
The dragon leaves?
He ducked below the tree line. Now, you can still see him half mat, but he is there.
I cast Shield of Faith on you real quick. Here, take this.
And how much is half damage, by the way?
Half damage would be 8d6. I would have to
Roll
that.
8d6 anyway.
Okay. Going to pirate dice.
Darg.
Yep. Maybe, what do we got? 6, 11, 15, 20, 25. That's it's a solid 28.
28. Okay. So as you can see the scorching of
half
the
14.
actual fireball kind of glimmer off of his scales, and he still ducks below the tree line. While this is happening, what are you guys doing?
So you have +2 to AC
Divine
now.
Sense. I was going
You?
to cast
Thank you.
Divine Sense
I could
to
use that.
see
Thank you very much.
where he went to.
Okay, so you cast Divine Sense, and you can see after this interaction that he ducks below the tree line, and he seems to actually turn around and go behind the cart again. So he is behind you guys now.
I'm just pointing with my maul as I follow him.
And as you are pointing, so are the wards. They are illuminating in the same direction that you are pointing.
Interesting.
If I concentrate up to 10 minutes.
The dragon is behind you now, yes.
How large?
Thinking so hard about it right now.
You would need to make a nature check.
Oh.
Invisible to all of us, or just?
That's great.
Just to him.
Okay.
So
Nature check, yes.
Yeah, make it anyway.
A crit.
Yeah.
crit the shit out of that. It's a huge dragon.
It's huge, brother.
Brother, I could have told you that from where I was standing.
It looked pretty big from up here. I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm glad I wasted that on this. Identifying the dragon.
Grande.
Make it weird, man. Just make it weird.
I would like to fly towards
Hit it with a fireball in the head.
I
Okay.
don't know.
Did nothing.
Where are we at here in
This
combat?
doesn't make it better.
So actually, you guys are not engaged in combat. You have flown till you got close to seeing it. It is nighttime. It is very hard to spot within the forest, so I would make another perception check to see if you can see it now.
While everybody's doing all of this, I'm going to make my way to the
15.
obelisk.
That is a
Okay.
15.
You are making your way to the obelisk with the actual carriage crew, and you are probably now about 50 feet away from it. You rolled 15, you said? So you can actually, you can't see the dragon in full. You can see that the wards are pointing towards it, but you're starting to glean an outline of it. There seems to
missile.
be, okay, so you want to cast Magic Missile? All right, cast it
I
up.
have to say something really quick.
Three normal.
I'm glad I caught this. Because I have red draconic blood running through my veins, that was actually a +4 to my fireball. So that would have been a 32, which halved to 16 instead of 14 for the record.
I'll write it down.
Damn.
I'm
Damn,
also
dude.
casting
So
this
shall
as a
it be
third
written?
level
Yeah.
spell. So that is
Okay.
Written on the
3d4.
interweb.
D4, yep.
2 more points to a huge green dragon.
Cast a hit.
Has taken
Oh, I don't
2
remember.
more
Oh, no, magic
additional
hits on
points.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Giant through the
So that's
dragon.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
What are your magic missiles?
I think I got a slingshot.
Oh, they're little they're like this iridescent glow, this like fire trail that
Nice.
goes off.
So these tiny little
So much
dots
tension, aren't you?
manifest around you, and they're fiery and they're red, and all of a sudden,
Can I have them come
like
from my
lasers,
horns?
They're coming from your horns, and they're just blasting this thing out. You can see small shrubbery catch on fire, and it seems to still move. One of the fins, you actually blow a hole through one of the fins, and she takes damage. So the Kenku have now arrived at the obelisk with you, and they immediately drag this crate off the back of the carriage and start pulling it towards the obelisk.
I cast.
Great.
I'm gonna cast Major Image, and I'm gonna cast. What color is the dragon? Have I seen the dragon?
You have not seen the dragon. You are on your way towards moving with the cart,
Okay,
right?
I'm
You're
gonna-
in last.
They did say giant green
It's
dragon.
green. It was poison gas.
Okay,
I'm
so you
gonna
know.
cast I'm gonna cast a Major Image for a black dragon.
Nice.
And I'm gonna throw that 120 feet behind it. And I'm gonna make a huge sound. And throw like an arcing acid blast into the thing to try
Okay.
to distract it from whatever it's doing with the
Make
minions.
a performance check.
He is a bard. And a damn good
I
one.
sing a song at the same time. I think I have 7 ranks to perform. I'm making that up completely because I've never seen this guy before. But I do have 7 ranks of performance right there.
That's
21.
Okay, so you create a very convincing black
The
dragon.
shadow of the moon.
So all of a sudden, all of you look up. Holy shit! And these black wings extend out right in the moon, and all of a sudden, from behind you, the green dragon launches out of the tree line, seemingly afraid of this, and goes up to speak to this dragon in a different language that you or anyone who knows
Right.
You still
Draconian.
have tongues going?
Yes.
You do still have tongues.
I do have tongues. I think.
This is like Hasselhoff and Flint.
Let's check the duration of tongues and if it's a multiple language situation.
I think it's an
Is there anyone
hour.
here who knows Dungeons and Dragons intimately?
I think it's an hour duration. So I
Mike
think
Merles.
you
And
are
can
good.
it be any language?
Paging Mike Merles.
Yes.
I'll get you.
Usually you cast it on yourself and
Yes,
you can
which I
understand
did. Okay, good.
that. So you can actually hear, it's far away from you, but you can hear it say, "What are you doing here in my territory?"
1 hour. 1 hour on tongues.
So I'll say to him, "This is not your business. These are my people. Let them pass with no harm or suffer consequence."
Dragon looks skeptical for a second. Your people? These are your thralls?
I have made a pact with their shaman leader. Trifle with me no longer, little one. And I'll take an intimidation roll.
Okay.
And I'll use my inspiration die. You
Yes,
gave
you
me.
will.
Well,
7.
you're going to need it.
Okay, come on.
Inspiration is right here, which isn't as big.
Yikes.
But can I use, because I've never played a bard before, can I use my D8 on myself or no?
Use it.
Right, I mean,
What? There's an
inspiration.
hour longer in the
That's,
stream, pretty much, so just do it.
Yeah.
4.
Okay.
So that's a strong. But whatever.
In total, you rolled 11.
Roll a 7 and a 4, but then I don't. Whatever my.
charisma.
I mean, a charisma. What does a what does a black dragon have as?
Yeah,
I mean, probably like a plus 24.
So-
or something.
Obviously.
Because. So you're looking at this performance going on, and as you were all paying attention to it, things seem to be going well. This green dragon it's kind of cowering to this black dragon, but it caught something. It said, "Wait a second. These are not your thralls." And in the act of trying to intimidate the green dragon,
Sure.
the green dragon can immediately tell that it was not a black dragon thing to do. So it actually flies right into the illusion and turns around and says, That was a good one this time.
Can I get a dex roll to avoid for 1 round? All I'm trying to do is buy time.
Well,
right?
you've definitely bought time, and you currently have Cat's Grace still, don't you?
I have Cat's Grace.
Yes.
Does that mean my illusion has Cat's Grace? I don't know.
Probably not after the illusion has happened, but you have bought time for the Kenku now, who are at the obelisk, to open up the crate, and you see that they are currently dragging out a young green dragon, completely bound, its head, its legs, and they're dragging it towards the obelisk.
Is there any writing of any kind on the obelisk?
There is not, but make a perception check.
Oh boy.
Father,
we are free walks.
17.
Okay, so you don't notice any writing, but this definitely seems like a Kenku place of worship. The obelisk itself has had crude limbs of trees tied to it in the image of wings. There are offerings all below it, different bones, different meats, berries. There seems to be some Kenku ale, and no writing as you can tell, but it's definitely significant.
All right.
So the Kenku are dragging this thing towards the obelisk.
Has it been 10 minutes since we cast our fly spell?
It's probably been close.
Okay, I'm going to start making my way towards the ground so I don't drop.
Yeah, same.
But in where the obelisk is.
Okay.
Like in that clearing area.
Free walks don't abide by this in any way, shape, or form.
That's right.
So I say in Draconic, I did not know that they had your kin a sacrifice. I will work with you tooth and nail to defeat those Kenku.
Make a persuasion check.
Nice.
I am on your side.
Ooh.
It's a pretty persuasive.
That is a pretty persuasive roll. So the dragon looks down at you, says, I have to admit, I am impressed that you fooled me, even if it was only for a minute. And I will tell you this, that while I usually scorn anyone who tries to come between me and my kin, I will make you an exception. If you help me destroy these Kenku, I will embolden all of your weapons, and I will make you twice as strong.
You will have me as a brother for as long as this fight continues.
But do not betray me,
Never.
for if you do, you will find grave consequence. And he flies into the forest.
And I will send my image with him, and I'll stand up out of illusion, and I will say, we fight on behalf of the Green Dragon! And I will run into battle against the Kenku.
But all of this happened in Draconian, right?
That happened in
I speak
Draconian.
Draconian. Tell him I apologize for throwing the fireball in his face.
So as this is happening, the Kenku shaman and the rest of the Kenku have thrown the dragon up on the obelisk altar, and in a matter of seconds, the shaman starts charging what seems to be a spell.
I'll charge.
Counterspell.
Counterspell. You are currently behind the cart, and so you are probably 60 feet away.
I'm there.
I'm going to charge.
Yes, you have descended
It
down.
is 60 feet.
I'm at the cart and I'm like looking around being like, what's going on? I don't understand any of that. What's going on?
Fight on behalf of the dragon! Free the baby dragon!
Oh, baby dragon, okay.
I'm going to charge
13
with
DC.
abjure enemy on the priest.
All right, everyone roll initiative.
Yes!
That was a
Kill some
DC
birds.
13.
DC 13. Okay.
It's cock. It's a cock die.
Oh, that'll do.
What'd you get?
Why don't we have more
dear.
whiskey?
Oh dear.
That's my initiative.
Bloody hell, man.
Ridiculous.
I rolled a
My
7.
initiative.
What does a brother got to do to get a whiskey? It's Saturday night on the stream of Annihilation.
Bartender, the bird needs another whiskey.
Nothing. All right. Well, that'll do.
Good roll. 18. That was good.
Start singing.
I only have
Conjure and make
We'll
hand
sing
over.
for whiskey.
There ain't no
Okay,
way
so,
of sacrificing.
Starting from this side of the table, what's your initiative?
3.
Wow.
Great roll. All right, Sergeant Pyle.
I thought mine was bad.
6.6.
Wow.
No, I'm free. I'm Simeon the Loose. Free walk.
Simeon the Loose, free walk. You got 6.
Thank you.
I got 7.
7, Lapis. Okay, at Aunt Ari,
It's Ari. And that's 14.
14. Orem,
16.
16. Looking good. Solomon,
Solomon. 6.
6. And Volk.
Volk is 18.
Valk?
Dah.
Valk?
Volk, like wolf, like Volkov. You know?
Like the wrestler.
Okay, so
Like a
you
friend
have
back home,
cast
actually.
It's a
Stole his
reaction as
name
well.
from the-
counterspell. Okay,
Yes.
so do I save against your
DC 13.
DC 13? Okay. Oh. 3. So the Kenku Shaman actually manages to save the spell, and he throws down a feathered hand onto the altar, and it is his turn first. Damn it. So he throws down a feathered hand to the altar, and 5 different wards illuminate around the obelisk ground, and a huge dome comes up and actually protects. It is a large spell shield like the one that you have seen prior. And so that is pretty much his entire turn.
Is it just him in there?
It's him,
baby
and there's
dragon?
3 other Kenku inside of him,
Kenku
and the baby
are-
dragon.
Oh, we're in a big globe?
You
or-
guys are outside of it. Everyone who was standing on the actual altar of it itself was inside.
For me, I'm in there.
You weren't actually on the altar itself, but you were in the obelisk
In the
grounds
dome.
outside of it. So the dome is actually covering the obelisk and the altar, and there are 5 wards around it.
Got it. Okay.
So now it's actually Volk's turn.
I am rushing the orb, and I'm going to cast Abjure Enemy on that bastard, so he can't touch the dragon. I'm just gonna I'm gonna cast it on him and just scream at him through the orb.
Okay. So what is your spell DC?
My spell AC, which I wrote down because I'm a clever person, is 14.
14. So
Has to make he has to make a wisdom saving throw.
So you were doing this to the spell shield. The shield that is covering the actual dome seems to just bounce everything right off of it. But briefly as the spell hits it and shimmers off, the wards around glow very brightly.
That's my whole action. That's right. I'm just like down to a bonus action at that point.
You can take a bonus action too. Yeah.
I really don't have anything good. I'm just going to ready myself. I'm going to pull out my weapons and prepare to just start bashing at this thing. Actually, I'm gonna ready my blade with a thunderous smite.
Okay. So you are currently readying. Now it's actually Orem's turn.
And did you cast, or what did you do to the globe?
I attempted to basically scare it, but it was like a frighten spell. But I was trying to get to him.
So
in
they
it,
used a spell and it couldn't break through.
But it did shimmer though. So.
Okay. What I want to do is back up my full movement into the woods a bit and hold and cast once I see one of my allies get that shield down.
Okay. Okay. So you are actually now deferring to at Aunt Ari.
All right. I'm going to. How far am I from it? 60 feet. I would like to.
You're about 40 feet from the obelisk, and you were about 60 feet from now that you've kind of engaged, so you're a little bit closer.
Okay. Magic missile, 2nd level.
Okay, so what are you targeting?
The guy has a shield. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, so the shield is covering the obelisk and the altar.
But the dude, the bird dude.
They are inside the shield.
Can I actually cast?
This is a tricky situation.
Where's it in the? I would like to hold my magic missile action for when they break it down.
Okay, so you were also holding. Okay.
Snipers in position.
I am prepared to act.
Okay, so now it actually moves to one of the Kenku inside of shield. So he moves further into the shield next to the shaman, and he actually removes a huge hooked knife from the
Oh, come on!
and he is abasing himself and very slowly chanting and giving the shaman the blade. But that is his whole turn. So next up is Lapis.
So you said when that shield went up, the wards glowed very brightly, right?
That is right.
So Lapis looks around and is like, always trying to treat the symptom, not the illness. And she runs up and starts bashing at the wards with her short sword.
You are
Okay,
hilarious.
so
You are.
make an attack.
Your ability to call that stuff out is remarkable.
Oh, that's not a very good attack. It's only a 7.
It's a very stationary small ward, so you manage to stick the blade right in that, and one of them shatters, and the entire shield looks like it wanes for a second.
You're welcome.
They're somehow worse when you're right.
Okay, so next is actually a Kenku who is outside of the shield, and he is definitely flabbergasted. He thought he was going to be able to get in time, and he decides in a last-ditch effort to just hightail it out of there. So he turns around and he heads right back up the trail, and who is waiting for him at the open mouth of the trail but the green dragon. So the green dragon opens up his maw and just clamps it shut on the Kenku and devours it whole.
Rip.
That's sexy.
It is.
When it's somebody else.
That is correct.
When it's somebody else.
Okay, so now it is Pyle. Wait, your name is now.
Simeon.
Simeon. Okay, now it's Simeon.
Free walk.
Yes.
I cast Dispel Magic on the orb.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
Okay, so
My incantation. I don't know what that was.
so
I
I
cast
would
tongues to understand what the hell you just said.
Go away.
go away. So you cast that on the orb, and it's pretty easy to hit, stationary orb. And when you do that, actually, another one of the wards just overpowers and explodes and shatters, and that was the farthest one away from you. So the actual spell shield falters for another second.
Nice shot.
So I just got one.
It's a very powerful shield.
It's great. I'm really happy. I then I'll take my full move action
Okay.
to move closer into combat.
Okay, so you move up closer to the shield, and you actually have a bonus action still too.
I do.
You do.
That's
if you have
the
anything
part.
with a bonus action that you can do.
Okay. Well, then I will attack. I mean, I'll physically attack the shield.
Okay.
Can I do that?
No, that's usually an action, but do you have
a
a
bonus
small
action.
Do you have a small weapon on you? Because I don't know. I mean, you can flick it.
I will. You're next to act.
I'm last.
Yeah. So
last
you're next to act. I will. Because I've never played a bard. Can I use my bardic inspiration again? Because I used it for me 2 rounds ago. Can I give him my bardic inspiration as a bonus action?
What does it say on the charges of it?
Should be on the sheet. They've got a weird thing at the top right.
That is a bonus.
You have to
bonus
sing to
action.
me if you do.
You do.
I'll sing.
Yeah, I'm
my
pretty sure.
brother, crush the shield today.
Oh my God. That was
Giving him a
beautiful.
D8. I'm trying to give him a
Sorry.
D8.
Okay, so you were giving half method.
I don't know if that's right or wrong, but we just did it.
Hey,
You're doing it anyway.
it felt good.
Now it's happening.
Mike says just play the game.
So you've given him the
D8,
the
yes.
D8. Okay. So now is Solomon's turn.
Fantastic.
I have a D8.
I see. I'll tell you this. There's 2 things I hate in this world. It's bound baby dragons and glowing runes. And I into one of the runes, the wards.
Okay, so you use your move action to get to the ward. There's one that's probably about 15 feet away from you to the left, so you move up to that one, stab it down, make an attack.
I will do. Bing. Oh, I'm rolling like
Well, it's stationary.
barrage. It is. Oh, that's not too bad. So 14.
It's like a touch attack.
So you definitely hit it, and the thing just shatters and breaks down. And now the ward slowly falters even more.
As my bonus action, which this is probably totally not in the rules of the game, but I want to make it anyway.
It's the last one of the day.
When it flickers, I have my offhand whip. I'd like to whip in and try to disarm the guy with the curvy knife.
So it hasn't faltered fully, but I would save that action for soon.
It's hilarious that you tried to cheat and then You said, I'm going to try to cheat, and then you tried. Like, this isn't
I'll give it
fair
to you,
or
man.
legal at all, but I'm going to try it.
Somewhere
It's over the hood.
This book, it says, this game is yours, do with it what you will.
And that's a dungeon master.
Shield isn't
But it doesn't,
deactivated.
it
I mean,
doesn't
if
say
you guys had
cheat.
known how many times I cheated already, you'd be just angry at me. Okay, so that was
I'm
your
glad you
turn.
took damage on that fireball. Just for the record, yeah.
You, that was your turn, Solomon.
Yes.
So it is now another Kenku's turn. So there is a Kenku, the other Kenku inside of the shield is starting to get closer to the shield's edge, seemingly where one of the wards is, and he's just bracing himself and readying himself against you guys potentially coming in. So he is now readying himself. It is Half-Matt's turn.
Oh, great. Okay, so there's 3 down, 2 left. Okay, and he's standing in front of it.
There's actually 3 left. There's one somewhere else around here.
Oh, shit. Okay. 3 down. I'm going to cast Firebolt, and I'm going to use my Sorcerer power of twinning. I'm going to spend a sorcery point to shoot 2 firebolts at 2 different wards.
Nice.
Wield.
So especially the one he's standing in front of, guarding, and the firebolt just goes right through his legs and blasts the ward.
Okay, so do you want to shoot that one first or second?
I'd like to shoot that one first. Why not?
Okay, so I would
Sue would agree.
I would say you are probably about, what's the spell range on that?
Firebolt, 120 feet.
So you are definitely within range for that. So I would, why don't you, what's the spell DC on that?
The DC is going to be, well, that would be my DC. It would be, well, it's a spell attack.
Oh, yeah,
It's
so
a ranged spell attack.
Okay.
So do you want me to roll up?
No, actually, come to think of it, the ward is pretty much stationary, so you blast the shit out of that thing.
Great,
So one of the wards goes down, and you can roll 2d10 if you want to have fun and do it
Plus
anyway.
4. Let's do it. Okay.
Yeah, fuck it.
Wait, we wish we hadn't rolled. We wish we would. It wasn't as fun with the roll. It wasn't as fun.
9 points of fire damage.
9 points of fire damage. The thing definitely sizzles up, and it falters out, blows up, and the Kenku gets very scared. But
As he should.
the shield is still up because there's one more ward, and you are shooting at it now.
Yep.
So you shoot at it, and what's your damage? Do it again. You know what? Redeem yourself here.
Let's go, darn it. Oh, that's going to be good. That's
Nice.
that's an 8. That's 18.
Woo.
Okay, so 18, you hit that ward and the entire shield breaks down. It starts to fizzle from the top and all of the particles that were on it are going. And suddenly the shaman has huge magical backlash. So he grabs his head and he drops the knife that he was holding to cut the baby dragon. So he drops the knife and then is actually the last Kenku's turn. So there is a Kenku who...
We were holding
And
action.
we have holding.
Oh yes,
until
holding
he
action.
gets-
So yes, go now.
I'm casting Fairy Fire and throwing a glitter bomb right down in the middle of all the Kenku and lighting them up.
What is the
Hold
what is
action.
the actual template for
Hold
that?
actions.
So 20-foot cube,
I don't know what a glitter
they have to
bomb
make a
is, but it
dex
sounds
save
Fabulous.
Okay.
Can't hide.
against my DC of 14.
Covered in glitter.
Okay. So let me make one.
Don't we have a magic missile attack that's holding as well?
That's right. Okay.
Just lit it up like a
So
Christmas tree.
there is one Kenku saves it. The Kenku on the right saves it. The shaman does not save.
Okay, so everybody has advantage going after the shaman now because he's lit up like a Christmas tree.
Goodness.
Like on physical attacks or
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
The
Spell attack.
leftmost Kenku also saves it,
All right.
and the baby dragon does not save it.
Okay, so,
So
but
you've
the
hit.
shaman,
He's a glittery baby
everyone gets
dragon?
advantage
He's
attack.
a beautiful, sparkling baby dragon.
OMG.
He's super sparkly now.
Okay, so you've held your action until then. Now it is your turn.
8 to the frickin' shaman's face.
Okay, so you
Damage.
just
You may fire when ready. Shield is deactivated.
Shields up, Mr. Boot.
so. Do I make a save against that spell at all?
It's auto.
He's just lit up. So this,
Like all right here.
so the shaman is he's clutching his head. His head feels like it's gonna explode. He takes just a glitter bomb right at him, and then he just gets peppered by these magical missiles. And so the shaman actually falls prone and is knocked on his ass and looks to be completely out. And that is your turn. And now we are at the top of the round again. The shaman is completely out of commission. And who to step in right afterwards but is the green dragon himself. So the green dragon jumps up over the tree line, swoops down into the now cleared shield, and just impales the nearest Kenku with one claw. That's a hit, and with a legendary action,
Don't gas us, please.
tail swipes.
Okay.
The next Kenku. And that is a hit. He sends that shaman Kenku right into the obelisk. There is now a shaman-shaped hole in the obelisk. And it seems that these Kenku are worse for wear. The last Kenku who is standing, who was about to confront you and guard, turns over his shoulder slowly and just tries to escape. You get an opportunity attack against him.
Bye.
Nice. What a
I get all these fireballs, and I don't know what to do. Fireball. That's a deck save. That's going to be a deck save. So you need to roll that for him.
Okay.
Do I get? Is he glitter bomb? Do I get a advantage or?
Both of the other Kenku made it out of the glitter bomb, but
Do your thing.
I'm gonna.
Do your thing.
Yeah, you're
Good luck.
probably wreck him. Yeah, he definitely fails that.
Great. 8 die 6 plus my inspiration die.
Oh,
Nice.
I feel like this is going to be a big one.
What? It's me.
Plus
that was
my.
me.
Yeah, that's you.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take credit though.
Up top. Let's go.
Are you going to annihilate it?
wait. Inspiration die you can't use for damage. You can only use to hit. You can't use for damage, but you can use it for everything
But
else.
Dungeon
Oh,
Master.
all right.
Wait.
It's the last move of the annihilation.
That's the thing.
Fuck it, kill it. Never
Add
mind.
a D20 to it.
Here you go. Just like that. There you go. Yeah.
Blast this sucker to shreds.
You don't.
Nah, you can't even count
That's
that
a
high.
nat 20.
Yeah. Well, no, that actually wasn't rolling. Sorry, that was my other 20. It knocked my regular 20 into a 20. That's.
Oh my god, he's.
Add all the dice on the
Oh my god, he's.
It's impossible.
But here's the other thing. I actually have this sorcerer ability where it's called Empowered, where I can spend a sorcery point to re-roll any dice that I don't like.
Yes.
Come on, man. As if the
That's a lot
Kenku
of
wasn't
Ones
flame
are
enough.
gonna I had 4 ones, so those are gonna get re-rolled.
Buy ones.
And I have 3 2s. Should I re-roll those
Brother,
too?
roll.
All
Big
right.
money, big money.
Big man ready. No whammy.
ahead.
Stop.
Okay, that's a 6.
I like that.
That's another 6.
Is somebody counting?
5.
It's
Okay,
too
hold on.
high, I can't
It's
count.
too high. It literally is too
It
high.
only counts to
many
10.
points.
So much a human can do.
Pretty sure the Kenku has 2 hit points.
Yeah, he's kind of
It's a
down.
disaster.
Kenku is
38.
getting obliterated. I don't think
Very
there's.
well, good candy.
It's gonna look like a pillow exploded.
Describe it.
But we need to
60 points of fire damage.
Oh my god.
So every single feather on this Kenku's almost featherless body immolates immediately. You see the beak turn to ash. He sinks down, and now there is nothing left but a windswept Kenku rising up above the tree line. The dragon is now relieved to have his son back, who he grasps and cuts out of his bindings. The son shakes off the bindings and flies immediately up out of there. He's a little scared. The dragon
say
turns to you guys and says,
Brother.
"Thank you very much for helping me. I was sorry to doubt you before, but you did seem to want to kill me. So,
I'm sorry about that.
as promised, let me see your weapons.
I have a
All
staff.
right.
I don't know.
Okay, a staff." He takes one staff.
A rapier.
A rapier.
Don't.
You
Short
go.
sword. Here's my
I
short
don't.
sword.
Short
Here.
sword.
Yeah.
A maul.
And I'll take them all too.
Yeah, hard pass.
Good choice. And the dragon just takes off into the sky.
You are the
back
worst DM ever.
There,
This is terrible.
leaving you flabbergasted. But what you do
I'm
see,
not sorry about that fireball in your face.
what you do see, is him flying right back to his lair for another time.
That was terrible. That was terrible.
Thank you. Thank you.
Unbelievable.
Hard enough.
It was
is
the
where-
cackling. It was the cackling.
Thank you,
that's all.
Dylan. Amazing
a
game. This is
twist.
where
Oh,
I
he
take
wasn't a
back over
dragon, he was
host
a
duties.
troll.
I'm taking them back. I'm taking them back. And actually, we're welcoming everybody back.
Everybody.
Annihilation. Bring everybody back.
Very good.
And Kelly. Kelly, welcome back.
Anna,
Kelly.
happening?
It's been amazing, hasn't it? This is,
I mean, as someone that's been playing Dungeons and Dragons for
That's what you get for trusting the dragon,
5
man.
years old, to have the people that actually designed the game, to talk to them, to interact with them, it has been amazing.
Sorry, buddy.
And to have all these people who are still
come on in. Bring them all in. Everybody,
players, everyone that's been a part of it.
Here, you guys stand in front of me.
First and foremost, I want to give a big shout out. Everyone give a big hand to Wizards of the Coast for putting And another giant shout out to the production crew that has been handling all of this, guys. Thank you. Of course, this show wouldn't have been anything without our partners, guys. I'd like to give a shout out to Gale Force 9, WizKids, D&D Beyond Curse, Fantasy Grounds, Roll20, Neverwinter, Hydro 74, Avalon Hill, and Dragon Talk. Thank you for your amazing interviews, everyone.
And of course, we'd be nowhere without the players. Thank you all who took the time to play games. Want to give special shout outs, of course, to my special friends at Dice Camera Action, Critical Role, Misclicks, Girls Guts Glory, High Rollers, Maze Arcana, Dragon Friends, C-Team from Acquisitions Incorporated, and Forest Grey. Please give yourselves a round of applause. It's been an amazing time, Kelly. I know that I personally am so inspired to play more Dungeons & Dragons, especially with all of these amazing people that we've gotten to meet face to face. And we have the Tomb of Annihilation coming very, very soon that you can get your hands on in game stores. But not only that, there's a huge slew of shows that are going to be on the Wizards official Twitch channel.
That's right.
Twitch.tv/D&D, starting rolling out this summer and through the next couple months. So we hope that we will see you there online. And that's all for tonight, Kelly. That's it! Thank you for coming to the stream of Annihilation!
Greg, you want to say anything?
Turn it back on!
Right.
Do it live! Doing it. Yeah!
Nice job, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. We're gonna do it next year!
Yeah, it was really fun. There's too many people, but it was fun.
Yeah, I came in and I was like,
They really